Hello guys and welcome back to BlueTube. Today we're going to be looking into the game just gone in our 0-0 draw at home against Blackpool, and ultimately, although it is 8 wins out of 9 games, you can't help but feeling a sense of disappointment with the way that one went yesterday. Would you agree?
Yeah, I've not really. I mean, we love doing these, but I've not looked forward to doing this. I'm really disappointed, and I probably need to shake myself a little bit because we are doing well, and I think it was just some people have said a bad day at the office,
Yeah.
but I did expect a little bit more than what we had yesterday. We had 27,340 fans, I think it was,
Show
yesterday. That's only because I've just looked at it.
off.
And I think I felt let down. I did. I just think, and people who feel free to criticise, but I just think Chris Davies got yesterday wrong. I know it was a bad start, which we'll go through with poor old Lee Buchanan. That was horrendous.
Yeah, just a word on that quickly. I mean, my God, it really put a sour note on the game. No surprise, of course it would for any fan to see a player go down like that. But he's just come back, came back, he
so
scored
sad.
a goal. You know, things are going really well for him. He's a decent player, Lee Buchanan. Steady, and I think you can say, all reliable as well. And for him to go through all of that, get back, up and running again, to go out like that. We obviously, at this point in time, at the time of recording, we don't know the ins and outs of just how severe that injury is, but from the photo that we have both seen now, it doesn't look great, does it?
No.
So anyway, Lee Buchanan, all the best, and we just hope for a speedy recovery for you.
Yeah, totally agree with that. Yeah, absolutely. Best wishes to him. But then getting back onto the tactics of things, I don't think we really had cover for that eventuality. Like Cochrane was left completely out, wasn't he? Wasn't even on the bench.
What do we? As you'll notice, guys, we didn't actually do a pre-match for this one, although we had it set up. It's quite a hectic time of the year, and we just didn't get round to it. I don't know what the score is with Cochrane. I haven't looked into it at all. Has he picked up another knock? Was it a slight niggle? Was he just
I think
left
he was
out?
rested. I don't know for sure.
I believe
Let
it
us
to be
know
the
in
case.
comments.
Yeah.
But Laird, I thought, stepped up really well. That first half, let's get into the match. The first half, I thought we did everything but score. I think we played well, we contained them back. They had a couple of chances as well, so I think we were a little bit open at the back. The bad day at the office stuff, I thought our centre-backs were a little bit slow.
Taylor Gardner-Hickman, you mentioned, having a good first half.
Taylor Gardner-Hickman had a great game. Well, great first half. There was one incident where he passed short, which he's done a couple of times this season. I know I've mentioned it on these videos before. And they were one-on-one, weren't they? And luckily missed. There was the one where Bielik had misplaced his header, and it gave them that chance to score. If it had gone in, it would have been superb. But Allsop got his hand to it, gave them a corner.
Yeah.
But no, Laird came on for Buchanan. But then later in the game,
And this is a big moment when Hansen went down, wasn't it?
yeah, Hansen again injured. I don't know what's going on.
We were really unlucky, weren't we? I tell you what, there was some sort of voodoo weird thing going on yesterday, like with the result, the performance, and having the players injured in the way that we did. I don't know, obviously, to the extent. Of course, you can have a guess with Buchanan, but Hansen as well. There was a time where I think it was Paik who went down and thought, "Oh no, here we go again."
Yeah, it looked like it was going to be that Christmas period.
I know. Yeah, it was really bizarre.
But and this is where I think people are going to disagree, or a lot of people are going to disagree, is that we had cover for that left wing, and we didn't use it.
You think people are going to disagree with that?
I don't know, because is it me? Am I seeing the glaringly obvious wrong? We got Yokoyama sitting on the bench. He's a left winger. The last time he played for us was against Exeter when he set up the second goal, the winner. And we haven't seen him since. He's not been part of anything. He's been on the bench. He's not even had come on for 10 minutes, as far as I'm aware. I don't think he has. And instead, when Hansen got injured, we brought on Harris, which is not his position. We've got a left winger. Is it me? And I've looked today to see if there was any sort of literature about it. And Birmingham Live have reported that they've spoken to Chris Davies about it, and they've intimated that they've asked him. And reading between the lines, I'm thinking he may have admitted he might have got it wrong, because the reason he said that he played Harris on the left was because Harris has got more minutes than Yokoyama. Now, the only way you're going to get minutes is by actually playing him. And I think he's an exciting prospect to bring on. You bring Yokoyama on, he just opens the back line up. You know, your opposition would be frightened to death of him. At home, with 27,000 fans, it would have got the crowd up, because let's face it, the crowd wasn't fantastic yesterday. Good, but I think with what had happened right at the start of the match, it put a bit of a dampener on things. It wasn't its usual bounce in St Andrews, was it, at Knighthead Park? And no, for me, tell me if I'm wrong, Yokoyama was screaming out to get a game yesterday.
That was the. I mean, you know my thoughts on this as well. I've said it a few times that I'd like to see him play, and it seemed like it did. It was set up perfectly. I think he would have been thinking,
Here I go.
Yokoyama on the bench. Yeah, here I go. Hansen's gone down. This is my moment now, my chance to come in. And then he puts in a young, up and coming, and this is what you've said yourself, centre attacking midfielder.
Yeah, that's learning his
instead.
trade.
Yeah.
A lone player. I just don't see, and I don't want to knock Davies because he's done some really good stuff, and he's a new manager. He's finding his feet himself, I guess. But for me, I'm not a footballing coach. I like my football. The only football I see is what I support of the Blues and other stuff like that. And we're all great managers from the armchair, aren't we? But it just I'm not going to spend too long on it because I just couldn't get my head around it yesterday. But you could argue, would it have made a difference anyway? I just think the knock-on effect was that May ended up going off quite early for me, when I think if he'd have had some more support, if he'd have played number 9 instead of the number 10, which isn't his position, he's got 9 on his back, that's on there for a reason. When he was playing a 9 at the start of the season, he was scoring goals. The other week when he scored a few goals, he was playing a 9. Is that something else I'm seeing wrong? Let me know. I know a lot of people are on May's back now, and I feel for him because he's come in, he's started scoring. I think at one time it was 5 in 5, wasn't it?
Yeah,
He
he
came
came
scoring
firing out
all
the
the
blocks
time.
at the start of the
Then,
season.
okay, Stano's come in, fantastic, love Stano, and it sort of left us with a predicament of what do we do? How do we play them? And we still haven't found that out yet. And if you rest in Stansfield yesterday, May's number 9, but Dykes came in at number 9 with May clearly as a floating 10. And then we even put Willemson up. I'm going down a right rabbit warren here. Put Willemson back on the right again. We moaned about that the other week, and then when we changed it back again, we were playing better football. So let's get all that out of the way. It was no goals. I'm not going to go too far into it because I think we should be looking forward to bouncing back against Stockport, which we can get onto very shortly. But what I will do is, Ben, if that's all right, just go through a couple of the stats.
Go on.
And proving that possession again doesn't mean a bloody thing, because we had 66.5% possession. We had 6 shots to their 9, 4 of which were on target, 2 for them. Passing percentage 83.1 to their 72.3. Clear cut chances 0 for Blues, 2 for them. I thought that clear cut chance that we had, there was a cracking shot actually just bouncing back. Hansen, cutting from the left-hand side, did a 1-2 with someone or other, Willemson I think it was, and the keeper made a really good save down to his left. Do you remember that one, first half? I thought it was May at first, but it was Hansen.
Yeah, that was a really... yeah, I do remember that. Good save by their keeper.
Yeah, and I won't go through anymore. I'll put them on the screen and you can pause it and have a look through, but I dare say most people have probably had a look through it anyway. So, yeah, so we go into Stockport now. We're not at home for ages now. Is it? You said the 18th of January.
Well, this is just in the league. We've got Lincoln at home in the FA
we
Cup,
have.
but just talking about the league.
Yeah, I am more focused on the league now. I know, like, if we're in cups and games like that, we want to do well. But yesterday, I just saw with Wycombe losing, that was a chance to show our pedigree that we're building, and just like create that bit of a gap. We had a real opportunity to get some space, didn't we, yesterday, and we blew it. That's just the way I see it.
It's the thing for me, do we want to be winning these games through our quality and how good we are, or is it going to be down to the sloppiness of the opposition and the quality of them instead? Because that's the worry for me, really. I don't want to be facing up against these bigger teams and coming under the cosh, because when we make these chances, we can't put them away. But on the flip side of that, I don't want it to come across as we are just moaning. I know we feel disappointed. we have developed now, I feel, a real stable defence, because we've gone quite a while now without conceding a goal. I don't know what the exact stats are on it, but we've had quite a few clean sheets within the last
Yeah, I can
8 or
quickly
9
go through that if
games.
you want me to, just bouncing forward.
Yeah, so looking on the positives, that's definitely one. Go on, give us it.
The last goal we conceded was against Exeter 6 games ago. 5
So
games ago,
there
sorry.
you go. I mean, that's
Yeah.
massive. So we've really got to think about that. It's just that. I've said this
It's
so
just
many
the other
times.
end, isn't it? We're not scoring enough
Last
goals.
piece of the puzzle.
I said to
Yeah.
you yesterday we could have wrapped yesterday's game up at half time. We should have probably been on balance. Like I thought we had more clear-cut chances than what they're obviously telling us, because I just thought that we were pounding their goal, but that final third, that final ball in,
It's
was
very,
just around their box again.
it's very, very frustrating when they're not pulling the trigger. That is really annoying.
Yeah.
There was a few times in that Blackpool
you could feel
game.
that in the stands as well. Yes, the annoyance.
There needs to be someone behind the scenes getting it drilled into the lads that they need to have a pop shot a lot more frequently, because they were just dancing around that attacking third. So we're trying to find the perfect moment, and not just.
And I'll cheer just the same for whatever goal goes in. I really
This
will.
is it. Yeah.
Right, so going into New Year's Day fixture, Stockport, previously known as Heaton Norris Rovers, formed in 1883 after us. Known as the Hatters. Why are they known as the Hatters? Because, good answer, Ben. As a town, they were known for making hats. Very similar to Luton, but Luton have been known as the Hatters longer. They started in the 17th century, whereas Stockport was the 19th century, so Luton have beat them on that one.
We've done this before.
Maybe. No, we mentioned that Luton were known, but this is the reason behind it.
Oh, go on.
They're currently 5th in League One, so there are no mugs in the league. They're a battling team, and they've still got Louis Barry, or Lewis Barry, however you pronounce it.
His last game for him, that'll be a big part of it.
His last game before he goes back to the Villa.
Which I think, by the way, from Villa's point of view, that was a really stupid decision. Because there's no guarantee he'll go. I mean, well, I think they're thinking about, just quickly, sorry to cut you off here.
No, that's all right.
I think they're thinking about sending him up to Leeds in the Championship. That's what I've heard.
Really?
Those are the rumours flying around. There's no guarantee that he'll go there. And for one, get the game time. And two, actually slot in and have the exact same sort
starting all over again.
Why take someone away from a team where they're on fire, they're scoring goals, they're doing really well, they're developing as they should do, to take a bit of a chance?
Well, he's a left-sided attacking midfielder, although he's in the left forward line currently. I'll put the stats up. Well, I'm not going to for Barry, actually. We'll get onto the booze in a bit. But
Well, he's the top scorer at the
he's
moment.
their top 15 goals he's scored.
Well, in the league as well.
15 goals from left attacking midfield.
Don't think any of them are from penalties either.
Didn't say that, to be honest with you. So, Dave Challoner, their manager, is going to be quite sad to lose him. It'd be interesting to see what sort of response Stockport give. But not interested, we just want Blues to do it, don't we? So, 3 o'clock, 1st of January, up at Edgeley Park. Didn't write that bit down. But it's Edgeley Park, isn't it?
You're doing great.
Team form. So, Blues got lots of nice little green buttons until yesterday. It's a grey one. So, it's only a draw, it's not a red one. It's positive. You know what we're like. We try and turn everything we can into a positive.
We sound like we're miserable.
I know.
Look, it is disappointing.
We're all happy, really.
I know it is disappointing, but just a bit of perspective. We'll be all right, I think.
So, Stockport, their form, they drew yesterday against Rotherham away. They lost the game before that against Huddersfield away. Beat Peterborough, which is a good result, I think, against Peterborough. That was at home. They actually lost to Stevenage away, and then they lost actually at home to Bradford 5 games ago. So they're not on a great run at the moment.
They're not.
So they could be doing better. But with a team like they are, the battling type of style of play that they'll want to.
They'll have a rocket up the backside. They will.
Absolutely will. Especially after
that Louis Barry.
The 4th of December was the last time we played them, wasn't it? We beat them 2-0.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So here's the table as it stands. We'll put that up. Going back to, we probably did this before, but previous meetings, all competitions, played 13. We've won 9, they've won 3, drawing only 1. I don't want another draw. I want us to go and beat them, but it's going to be a tough game.
This is going to be a tough. Yeah. It's not going to be easy.
It's going to be a tough game. And their players to look out for with them: Louis Barry and Carl Wotton. They're both doing really well. Barry's average rating 7.53. I've already mentioned his goals, 15 of them. Only 2 assists actually from the left side. But when you're scoring that many goals, I don't suppose that matters too much, does it?
Not at all.
Carl Wotton is a forward for them, their primary striker. He gets an average rating of 7.02. He scored 6 goals, got 3 assists after starting 19 matches, played 23 in total. So I think it's going to be tough. I don't think stats mean a great deal, do they? To be honest, when
anything could happen
just
on
when
the
it
day.
comes up against the Blues, and again, it's not. I don't want it to sound like how it probably does, but we are everybody's cup final still, and it's just like everything goes out the window. We can't really take much from the stats, apart from when you got players like Louis Barry against you, who will have a good game like he did before.
No, he was in Christian Bielik's back pocket the entire game.
No, but he was tricky, wasn't he? I mean, he had to work hard, didn't he? But it was a duel between them, and Christian
Fair
Bielik
enough.
won it. You can see the quality he's got, can't you? That's what I mean. And he'll want to do one over us now even more.
Certainly
do you know what I mean?
will. Yeah,
It's like
can't
Blackpool.
dispute that.
It's almost an identical pattern. We played Blackpool the beginning of December. They've come and give us a game. Exactly the same with Stockport. I think Blackpool was the 1st of December, and then Stockport was the 4th. And here we go again. It's Blackpool at the end of December, albeit just into January with Stockport. So, yeah, we got results against both of them. Is it them coming back to haunt us now? If that makes sense.
Don't jinx it.
Yeah, exactly. Here's some match facts I found if you're interested. Footballing facts. Stockport County have lost 5 of their last 6 league games against Birmingham City, winning the other game 2-0 in March 2001 under Andy Kilner. And Birmingham's last league visit to Stockport was in December 2001. Where's this fact from? It's from BBC, actually. With goals from Steve Vickers. Remember Steve Vickers?
No.
Marcello and Tommy Mooney, who does a lot of the commentating on the Blues games now, where they won 3-0 over Carlton Palmer's county side. Remember Carlton Palmer? Don't you?
No.
A lot of them out there will. Birmingham City have started each of the last 5 calendar years with a defeat, a run stretching back to 2020. It's not really stretching back much, is it? They last won their first game of the year in 2018 against Reading.
Wow, that's an interesting little fact. We want to change that then. Wow.
Yes. You know what I'm like with my balances.
It just never seems to work out, does it?
I've already said the fact about Stockport, the non-footballing one. I haven't really got any more footballing ones here. Hang on, what's this one? Stockport County have lost their first Football League match in each of the last 4 calendar years in the top 4 tiers, 2010, 2011, 23, 24, excluding 2022 as a promoted side, last starting a year with a win in 2008 against Morecambe. Did any of that make sense?
It did, yeah, but it almost put me to sleep. No,
Okay.
I'm joking. It's interesting enough. I think all in all, side that's out of form, I don't think it's really going to mean anything. I think they're all going to be fired up. More than anything, yeah, they're playing us. We're coming to their back garden. So probably literally is a back garden. In fact, no, that's just uncalled for, isn't it? No, but I think they'll all be fired up because it's Louis Barry's last game, and I think he had a real good relationship with the fans, Louis Barry. And I don't think it was directly really anything to do with him when it comes to going back either. By what I've seen, he's actually quite
Villa's
gutted to
struggling
go.
at the moment, aren't they?
He's not going to play in Villa's
No, I know,
team.
but well,
No way. I think it's daft. I think it's stupid. All right, Cranker. I think it's silly
what
on.
do you call me then?
on Villa's part, but yeah, it's not going to bode well for us. Would have been good if we'd just had them like a week further down the line, so he could have been gone. If I'm totally honest, I'm worried. I think he might end up getting a goal. I think the last time that we played, I actually predicted he would get 2 goals and we'd win it 3-2.
We'll do the predictions in a bit.
All right. Go on then. What else have you got for us?
I want you to come up with a decent formation that's going to play well against them, Ben.
Have you got anything on injuries?
I don't know anything new today, unfortunately. Only Lee Buchanan and
Emil Hansen's gone back out again. That's just a sickener, that is. Both of them. It's just like, okay. Keshi Anderson, I'm going to assume that he's well and he was just rested. I'd bring Alex Cochrane back in. I'd bring Keshi back in.
It's difficult, isn't it? But do you go back to what we know works? Or what ground us through games? Because yesterday was totally different to what the norm was.
I'm trying to get inside Chris Davis's head for what he was thinking with Williamson being on the right-hand side.
Again,
but
where it never worked before.
If there was any sort of positive for that decision, what do you think, Blue Noses? Let me know. I just cannot see why, at this stage, from what we have seen of him now up until this point, why you would go for putting him on the right-hand side when he's so clearly much more versatile and useful, being in that 10, sweeping up,
Alfie
playing
May,
passes that he does.
Let's face it, Alfie May goes missing at number 10. He does so much work, which I think a lot of it goes unrecognised. But then, if he's not careful, it looks like he's not contributing. I mean, when we had that shot yesterday, that the keeper tipped round the keeper tipped round the left post just before go back. So yeah, Hansen had come down the left. I think May was involved there, and he'd gone further down the left as if to receive the ball, whereas Hansen had cut inside, done the 1-2. I'm sure it was Williamson, and had that shot. Which, if it had gone in, it would have been totally a different game yesterday, wouldn't it? And you get Alfie May stuck on the left hand side there. When the shot was made, Alfie May was stuck over there, and that's just like, he's a number 9. I'm not going to go on about it anymore. I just think that he needs to play number 9. Or bring him on and play him number 9 when he comes on, if you want Stansfield there. Yeah, but I thought when Stansfield came on yesterday, just jot him back again. Yeah, he didn't do a lot.
It's a bit of an odd feeling for us as Blues fans, isn't it? Because we've got a draw now, yet we feel like we need a response as if we've just had a big loss.
It's the same. It's like against Northampton, wasn't it? It felt just the same, actually. Not as bad, actually, because that was a real sickener at the end of the game, wasn't it? But yesterday, it was just like you could watch it in slow motion, just like. And I thought they were going to nick it again at the end.
Here's the big thing. A lot of you guys out there will be like, "Oh, come on, guys, have a little bit more perspective." Blah blah blah. And I'm trying to. I think you've got the dynamic here in this video today.
Getting it out my system.
And that's fair enough. And to really aid your argument, Blackpool had a pop shot towards the last stages of the second half, and it cut past the left-hand side of Allsop, and it smacked the post, and almost trickled across the line. Yeah. Millimetres in it, and then that's us losing a game because we're not taking our chances, and they go up the other end and they nearly score. You spoke about the shots that they had, the shots on target, shots in general. It's more than us. Corners, I think they had more than us as well.
Yeah, one more than us. They had 6, we had 5.
Creating, and almost taking the opportunities that we're just not fastening to properly.
Go on then. Give us a lineup. So Allsop in goal.
I really don't want to go for it, Dad, because I just don't know.
So I'm going to go. I'm going to put Laird back on the right again and start him, as Taylor Gardner-Hickman played most of that game yesterday. So resting him. Laird for me. I know he wasn't.
Laird played most of the game, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
Lee Buchanan went off after 4
but I think he's just got that bit more fitness. That he's got a bit more.
Right.
Bit more for me. Personally, I know. To be fair, if it was either or, I'd be happy with Cochrane back on the other side. I'd start with Ben Davis. And maybe Clara. Now that's a big one. I thought Bielik looked tired. Bielik looked tired yesterday for me. Obviously still on the bench, or any combination of that 3, but I'd start with Ben Davis. For me, I think he's been our best centre-back.
I can't disagree with you there. I was just about to say, I wasn't going to go as far as to say that he is, but I'm starting to wonder now and ask the question who our best centre-back is, and Ben Davis has earned the right to be a part of that conversation, I think. I think it's been absolutely outstanding. You don't want to jinx it, but the fact of the matter is he hasn't let us down at all up until this point. So,
yeah,
I agree.
And it's not like you're dropping him and that's it, you're done. It's like, this is a rotation thing. This is like, with the games we've played,
it's competition, isn't it? You want to play, do well.
But then Paik, Iwata, or Leonard, Iwata, Paik, Leonard, any combination of them, to be fair, if you wanted to rotate it. But then going up a little bit, if Anderson's fit,
tricky, isn't it?
Right hand side, I would be starting. For me, Yokoyama would be starting. Yokohama, it's Yokoyama, isn't it?
On the left, and with Keshi on the right.
On the
Williamson
left,
in the
yeah.
middle, and you'd
Keisha on the
have
right. Williamson number 10, and either Stansfield, May, you're resting one of them, aren't you? I'd probably start with Stansfield in a number 9 position and bring May on for most of the second half.
yeah.
With, giving a bit of rest to either or, whichever one you go with. That would be me. I know I haven't made it a concrete 11,
It is.
but
It
that's
is.
what I'd go with.
It is a bit of a worry how I still don't think we've figured out our best team here in the way that
I
we're
know,
laying
yeah.
out. I don't think we have.
I know.
People might say, "Oh no, no, I don't think we have at all." I think we're
See,
still
and I'll stick by the fact
all
that
over the pitch. But the goalkeeper was the one thing at the start of the season. It was just the keeper that we had to figure out. And now it's like, well, who's our best centre back?
Well, like I was going to say, I'll stick by the fact that we've got some really good rotational, players to go in. But you've got to play them in those positions. And by that I mean, for me, Willemsen on the right doesn't work for me. He just seems to throw the balance out for
Totally
the team,
agree with
and he
that.
gets caught out a lot, I think. Whereas, playing him down the centre, he benefits us better because he'll spread the ball about a bit. And the same with, I know Laird can play really well on the left side, but every time, the right side,
He's a
because
right
he
back.
gets forward.
Yeah.
Exactly. But then you've got your Taylor Garden Hickmans that come in. We're really stretching now for a left back, aren't we?
Can I ask you something just to extend this video? In fact, we can cut this out. We might want to make this a video on its own. But talking about the January transfer window, should we do something on some rumours or who we think we're going to let go of? Because now that Buchanan is, I'm honestly sickened by that. I feel so awful for him that he's had such an injury. It's such a shit for him. I won't keep going on about it, but we're probably
I
going to
think
need to get another fullback.
Yeah, we'll do something. If anyone wants to put it to Verd anything or any good ideas,
Well, not just
in the
that.
comments.
Actually, if you want us to go away, have a look at these sorts of things and come back with a video. Let us know.
Yeah, we'll
We
do
can
that anyway. And
Yeah,
that's what I'm
quite
saying.
fun.
If anyone wants to put a comment on, we've got a Facebook account somewhere. Have a look. Put something on there. We'll have a look at it. It'll flash up.
Yeah, we do actually have social
But you
media.
can put comments on here as well. We always get back to the comments on YouTube, don't
Yeah.
we? So leading on then, what's the predictions and scorers going to be if there are any? Louis Barry for them. Do you want me to go first?
I think it's going to be another draw again. I do.
It's got it written all over him.
I think it'll be a 1-1. Louis Barry for them, as he's on his way out the door, and he'd love that, wouldn't he? Going back to the Villa, does Blues over, and I reckon Stano will get a penalty. We're getting a few of them. We'll get a penalty. We'll be dancing around the box as we are. If you look at the stats for touches in the opposition box, I think we're first by a distance. I'm not 100% on that, but I'm fairly confident on it.
We're up there.
And that's why we're getting all these penalties. We're dancing around and there's a mistake that happens, whether it's a handball or a dodgy tackle, and we're getting a penalty. That's why we've had a few of them. That's what's been happening.
Yeah.
I feel like it's going to happen at Stockport. I can see it. And 1-1.
I mean, we haven't lost many games, and there are going to be losses, and this, for me, could be one. I'm never going to predict us to lose, but I'm just going to sort of put a shaded area that it's a possibility. But I'm going to go that we're going to bounce back, and we're going to win it 2-1.
Scorers?
I'll go with Stano, because he's pretty much dependable, and he's really due a goal now if he's in that number 10 role, Willemsen.
Right.
Barry for them.
Okay. And as always, let us know your predictions as well, Blues fans. Do we have anything else on the agenda?
Just going to mention, I like doing the ref bit, don't I? Paul Howard's going to be the ref. The last time we had him was Mansfield in October, where he only gave 1 yellow. And he tends to average 3.75 yellows per game. And he only does the lower leagues by the looks of it, EFL Leagues 1 and 2 and the League Cup. So that's that. So, but you know what? Let's just try and be positive. At least they're not going a few weeks without getting the chance to put this right.
It's a few days again.
It's literally days. So let's just be positive. Chance to make things right. We're still unbeaten in 9 games.
9 games now.
So that's good.
It's unbelievable. Have you got it out your system now?
No, not yet.
Fair enough. Well, if you guys want to rant or even disagree, let us know what your thoughts are. I know that this one, we've been quite heavy on the one side of, we've let our woes and our worries really let them out. So let us know what you guys think, and how do you think we're going to get on against Stockport? Do feel free to leave your predictions as well. But until next time, have a wonderful new year. We hope you've enjoyed your Christmases and the festive period. And we'll see you on the next one. Take care, everyone. See you later.